Welcome back to Low Stress Math with Mrs. Bono. We are going to be reviewing the independent practice lesson 1, real number system and the sets of numbers. So you watched the video, you used the QR code, you watched the video and you answered the questions. So the title of the opening slide is The Universe of Real Numbers. Which sets of numbers start with 1? Those are the natural numbers. I always remember the natural numbers because little kids naturally start talking from 1, naturally start counting from 1. Okay, what number is included in the whole numbers but not in the natural numbers? We've done this. You know this. It was on the page before. It is 0. Now you could write out 0 or you could write a 0, either one. The blank and blank fill the gaps between the numbers on a number line. Well, that would be the rational and irrational numbers. So the rational and irrational numbers fill the gaps between those integers on a number line. In other words, here's my number line. I have 0 in the middle. Say 1, 2, keeps going to infinity and beyond. -1, -2, keeps going to negative infinity. And between 0 and 1 would be the fraction 1/2. And that's a rational number. Now between 3 and 4, which I didn't leave enough space for, would be pi, and that's an irrational number. So the spaces between the integers are the rational and irrational numbers. All right. What 2 examples of irrational numbers did they use in the video? Well, he used pi and the square root of 2. The rest is practice that was not part of the video, but you could rewatch the video and it would help you. So use this particular list of numbers to identify the rational and irrational numbers. Now, the underline is beneath the 39. I think that he meant to write this number as 0.39 with the repeater bar on top. But even if he didn't, it still terminates. So anything that repeats or terminates is going to be rational. That's not irrational. Square root of 45, I go back and I grab my handy dandy calculator and I'm going to put the square root of 45 in. Oh, and it still has a square root in the answer. So if that square root sign is still in the answer, that is irrational. So the square root of 45 is irrational. Identify the whole number. Well, whole numbers are all the counting numbers plus 0. There's no 0 here, but there is the number 9, which is a counting number. I'm going to use that. Boop. Identify rational numbers. Now, rational numbers are all of the integers plus fractions plus any terminating or repeating decimals. So the 39 that I think is supposed to have the bar on top is still terminating if it has the bar on bottom. So that is definitely a rational number. 9 is a whole number, it's an integer, it's rational. -2 is an integer, and all of those are rational. All right, and the only 2 integers are 9 and -2. Use this list for these problems. Identify the integers. So I'm looking on here for positive 13, whole numbers, negative whole numbers, and 0. And let's look at this square root of 100 and square root of 32. Yes, nothing but the best for you, dear. That is not a good calculator. It's not even working. How about we use this one? For the square root of 32, oh, that's irrational. How about the square root of 100? That's perfect, 10. So the square root of 100 is also an integer. All right. Now, identify the rational number. Well, 13's rational. That was irrational. So where's the irrational? I'm just going to put that down there before I forget. Negative 4 is rational. Remember, rational includes terminating decimals, and 2 3/10 stops, and you terminates. That's it. Can make that into, well, you could actually turn it into a fraction, and anything you can turn into a fraction is rational. That's already a fraction, 14 and 5 on the denominator. 0 is rational. The square root of 100 was rational. What's going on here? Well, this is not repeating, and the 3 little dots show that it's never ending. So that would go down here because it does not repeat and it does not end. Identify the whole numbers. Well, positive counting numbers plus 0. So 13 and 0 and the square root of 100. All of those are counting numbers and 0. So, end of the homework. Have a great day. Bye.